Let's have some blood.
Syrax and Queen Rhaenyra, you're up. Let's go.
Syrax is a very interesting dragon. Syrax was originally introduced back in Martin's Fire and Blood book, which was from House of the Dragon, which came adapted. Princess Rhaenyra did become a dragon rider only at the age of 7, bonding very closely with the Golden Syrax, which is also named after the goddess Old Valyria. The way that they're able to give these lines and lineage to these special creatures. Thanks, George, you crazy son of a bitch. If it's one thing Mr. Sinister did notice about the golden bastard that we have right here, its skin and scales are a lot more dense than the rest of the other dragons. She looks a lot thicker. Her body is covered in a much more dense scale, ultimately giving this golden brood here much more defensive capabilities. Unfortunately, a dragon is still going to be a dragon if and when she decides to play fuck around and find out and ends up getting hurt. A denser, stronger, thick dragon. Even if you look at the comparison between Sunfire and Syrax, you can see obviously the golden element that these two bitches have. But even looking so, Syrax does have a much thicker, denser body, not as long as Sunfire. But we're able to see obviously the great scale, but even still, Syrax is not going to be an extremely large or massive dragon. Syrax is only going to be about 140 to 150 feet. That's it. Even though when you look at the scale and you think, why is the queen only on a small, thicker, denser dragon compared to everyone else? She's the queen. She is not going to be engaging in any, if not any little parts of a battle. She's just not. She has her ceremonial duties, but if she's got to knuckle up and kick some ass, she can. But her dragon is not going to be well equipped for battle. The queen is not always meant to fight, or at all. But also, when the queen wants to go, when she had to get Daemon from Harrenhal because he wouldn't fucking leave the island, she geared up and she went out. And they can't stop her. It's one thing I've talked about before that I've always noticed and that I honestly have taken a strong liking to. It's the bond that these riders have with their dragons. It's a connection that is anything that other people can't realize or understand. They feel their rider's pain. And if you see the image above, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Yes, without question, Syrax felt every amount of her rider's pain during the stillbirth scene. And even, man, hell, God, that was a hard one to watch. Holy shit. The bond that they have is truly exceptional, and I will say this, and this is just my personal fucking opinion because I can have it, who cares? They have the strongest bond out of the rider and dragon dichotomy in this series. Given the fact that everything the queen went through as a young child, back and forth, up and down, depression here, depression there, not being the queen, then being the queen, having the title taken from her, and even everything now, losing her child and her son, the bond that they have, her and Syrax, is truly exceptional, and I will say, it's got to be the strongest.
Oh, you dear sinners, you are still here? Well, Mr. Sinister thanks you. We're not even halfway done here going through all these dragons. This is something I love doing to these beautiful fucks. Do me a favor and let me know in the comment section below. Who is your favorite dragon?
Stay tuned tomorrow, my dear sinners, for the next daily dragon installment. And, as always, until we meet again.